Hello, Corey. How are you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Horrorama, let's go.
Rama from Mexico City.
Yeah,
First and foremost, congratulations on this new film.
thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We had a chance to watch it yesterday, and it was fantastic. We love your role, and we want to start asking you, which was your first encounter with the Dracula mythology?
And my first encounter was actually a little film called Blackula. It was a black exploitation. You guys know it? Okay, black exploitation film in the 1970s. William Marshall. I rocked it, as they say, rock it to the tape popped. I had the VHS tape that I just played over and over and over again. And I was a huge fan of that. And he's a great Shakespearean actor too. And I thought it was a really well done film, black exploitation film. And so that was my first intro to it. And then I finally got to read it many years later, Bram Stoker's Dracula, that it was based off of, and I fell in love with it, man. I'm a huge horror nerd and fan, but never saw myself actually being in one and starring in one, and so it's cool to join forces with everybody on this one because it was a hell of a journey.
That takes me to my next question. What was the most challenging thing about starring in a film about arguably the most iconic villain in history?
No pressure. I don't know. I think the challenge is that obviously the lore is there. Universal and Amblin certainly know how to make monster films or films about things that are outside of ourselves, right? Like the things that we don't quite understand. And I think that's the draw. And so the challenge is Andre, our director, he kind of alleviated for us. All I had to do was get familiar with Clemens, get familiar with the British accent, get familiar with all of the things and stretch myself in that way. And then they built everything practically. So the boat, everything, the cargo hold, it was all there for us. So there was no, like literally, like when you're walking through there, you literally don't know what's on the other, whether it's a cameraman or a Dracula. And like it's that scary. And so it was just it was just allowing ourselves to kind of fall into it and enjoy enjoy the ride, so to speak.
Yeah, that's great. And which are some of the values that you share with the character Clemens in the film?
I think Clemens is he's a man of science, and I think he gets to a point where he becomes a little more open to the supernatural. I'm a man of faith, spiritual, but also I love the idea that Clemens is a Cambridge-educated black man in the 1800s, the late 1800s, at the turn of the century, and there was something important about sharing that story for me within the context of this. You don't want to harp on it, but the fact is that these black men did exist. And he also grew up on boats. He grew up sailing, and so he also knows how to do all the things. And so there was something interesting about playing a sort of hero who doesn't necessarily look like the heroes that we've been told heroes should necessarily look like. And I think that's important in this genre as it's important in many others.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure talking to you. And again, congratulations on Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.